G'day and welcome to Friday Night Live, straight from the studio, Pasifika TV and Radio. Request Hour, Hawai'i Polynesian. Win prizes, ikuna ngai para kekehe. Join us, kau mai ke tau kau ki ai. And don't miss out. Polo kalama, Friday Night Live, valupi ema ke tata happy ema.
Woo! 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 Welcome to Friday Night Live. As you can see, Luca got fired. Nah, just kidding.
Again.
Welcome to Friday Night Live. You're with DJ Single, and we have a guest host today. I'm going to try it. Elijah Lemusuifeauaali'i.
Yes.
Ifeauaali'i.
Ifeauaali'i,
oh,
yes.
yeah, almost. You know what? It's Samoan. I'm so embarrassed. It's a Samoan last name, and I got it wrong. So
It's okay. It's okay.
yeah. So welcome, Eli. We've got Eli with us tonight. We've got DJ Satui here, who will join us a little bit later. Bro, tell us your DJ name that you've been blessed with tonight.
The DJ name I've been given this evening is DJ Cupid.
How'd you get that name?
Not sure. Maybe it speaks for itself.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully you can put it into action, but it's fine. So we've got, so Eli. Oh, guys, if you've just joined us, Aotearoa have just celebrated, and the world, around the world, have celebrated Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori, which is Māori language.
Māori language week.
Yes. And so, to kick us off, Eli's going to give us a bit of a pepeha. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Sorry, how rude. Tell us about yourself.
Sure, okay. Tēnā koutou katoa, ngā mihi ka koutou mō takitaki mai I tēnei pō. Mihi atu ka koutou katoa, mō tū mai nei ki a mātou, tēnei pō, I tēnei wā. Ko I rai tōku ingoa, ko hikarangi te maunga, ko wairuru te marae, ko kiria ki te pā, ko Ngāti Porou te iwi, ko te whānau apanui te hapu. Ko mihi ko tukutuku tōku tūpuna, ko poraurangi tōku tangata. Ko anehera mere ana Sterling, tōku māma, ko Siota Matamea Lemusuifeauaali'i, tōku pāpā. Engari, kia hau nei katoa. Whakamanawatia te wiki nei o te wiki o te reo Māori. Kia kaha I te reo Māori, kōrerotia tō reo Māori, me manawatia tō reo. Kia ora.
That was impressive, eh? Now we're going to go to DJ Satui for his pepeha.
No.
No, thank you, Eli. That was so cool.
Oh, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Elijah Lemusuifeauaali'i is our longer last name, but Lemusu is our shortened last name, which we go by. I was born and raised here in Brisbane. Raised up most of my life in the Gold Coast. Went to school at Pacific Pines High School and primary. We later, as a family, moved back to Brisbane here in Logan, and I finished my later high school years at Canberra. Born and raised here in Queensland. I'm a Maroons fan. Currently just here in the country for a few weeks, and then I'll be traveling again. Father is Samoan. We come from the villages of Malie, Eva, and Matautu in Lafanga. And on my mom's side, we come from Ngāti Porou and Te Whānau Apanui, which is on the far east coast side, Te Pai Rāwhiti. We come from a place called Raukokore, which is past Gisborne on the Bay of Plenty side.
Those are some beautiful places you're from, especially Samoa. No, so welcome tonight. We've got Eli, DJ Satui will be joining us soon. We're going to be touching on a few topics. Hey, but if you want to comment, give us a like, subscribe, tune in and we'll go to a song, I think.
That's right. We're going to go to a song right now. It's called My Lady. And I know there's many guys out there looking for their lady, but Eli is definitely not one of them, eh?
Hey, anything's possible.
Anything's possible, he says. I don't know, maybe end a relationship tonight, but not tonight, eh? But I'm just going to make sure I get the right buttons because, man, I am being rusty. But guys, kick back, relax. This is your Friday Night Live. Let's go.
So you're telling me that was a coincidence?
It's a popular sport, AJ.
I know how your mind works.
How does it work?
You always trying to make me meet your family.
AJ.
I don't want to meet anyone. Why can't it just be us?
I care about my family, and
That's
you never want to
embarrassing.
meet
That's
them.
so
You don't-
embarrassing.
I-
This whole
you don't even
conversation
wanna
is
meet my
just
friends?
stop.
Perfect man, trying to do the best I can. I'm broken, going crazy, trying to fix what I've done wrong. All I've got to do is prove to you I'm still the man that you once knew. Your heart used to skip a beat every time you notice me. Sunset on me, my lady, my lady. You're the only one for me, girl, my baby, my baby. Come back to me.
My brother, sing to them.
Wish I could turn back time, feeling this emptiness inside. I can't go through this. I can't. Girl, right by my side. Just tell me what you want me to do. My heart's still longing for you. The past can't weigh you down. Suppressing your love can make you drown. I'm begging on my knees. Girl, I'm pleading to you one last time. Just take my hand and please be mine, my lady, my lady. My one and only, my baby, my baby. I'm going crazy, 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 crazy.
Did you know?
Of course I didn't know. Did you know?
Are you crazy? Hell no.
So what should we do about it?
Hey, are you ready to go?
Hey, yeah, but before we go, let me introduce you to my brother real quick.
Sure.
Wow, that was an interesting clip.
Yeah,
I bought that one.
never
just
seen
for
that
you.
one before.
That was Oski Band.
That's right.
And as Fia said, it started off as My Lady and then it turned into Our Lady. But anyway.
Wow.
It's a good storyline, but it's I don't know. Have you ever? I don't know. Usually we say catfish, but have you ever set up two guys before? DJ single?
Bro, I can't even set up one.
See, you're not supposed to say that on the mic.
Oh, sorry.
Don't tell
Oh,
all
is
the
that true?
truth.
Is that too true? Okay, sorry.
Too much
Yeah, all the time. Not just 2, 5.
Now we know the truth. We know the truth.
We know.
But guys, we're here for a special reason, and the reason is we've got DJ Cupid in the house to help set up DJ Single with a Fijian, I think.
We want a Fijian,
really?
no? You want a Fijian?
I don't know. That's news to me.
Well, DJ Eli, can you just give us a background because you travel between Hawaii and Brisbane at the moment,
Yes.
and you go around a lot of Pacific and that. But you
Right.
just mentioned to me earlier before the show that you have 2 majors, and could you elaborate on that, please? Because I think so that people understand that you're not just a sexy guy, you know?
We are.
Yeah. But you're a taking guy, but you're also an educated guy.
Okay, sure. Yes, so I recently just graduated from Brigham Young University of Hawaii, BYU Hawaii in short. There I did a double major. I studied cultural anthropology as well as Pacific Island studies with the emphasis in Pacific history. So those were my 2 majors there. I also did 3 minors, which I did was linguistics, psychology, and entrepreneurship.
Wow.
Yeah, and as we were talking before, I do speak a few languages. Samoan from my Samoan side, of course, my father. Maori from my mother's side. And I also do speak English, of course, my first language. And Fijian. I do speak Fijian as well. Fijian, I would say, out of all the languages I speak, other than English, is probably the most fluent I'm in. Yeah, I have the most fluency in Fijian, mainly because I've spent the last 10 years around Fijians, working with Fijians, and a lot of my study topics are around Fijians as well. So, yeah.
Wow. That's
Can you-
impressive. Sorry.
Can you give us a little taste of the Fijian language for us, please?
Sure. What would you like me to say?
We'll find a Fijian man for DJ Single.
Okay.
I'm testing you, eh?
Yeah. Mbulu naga dombulu si vi kemdo e sar tigung mai. Dam to gondo na marama single tu na no DJ Single.
Yeah!
Se ngalala to na vale. Se indo me mai garavi ko chiko. Amai kere vi kemun turang viti. Do mai giri manda mai viau. Me mai sem wat kena maramango. Eh? Na vale. Pambi vi kemun turang mai lai kendo sa sar tigung mai. Laku manda mai. Ko manda nga sa war ki kem to chiko.
Naka.
Naka.
Naka. That's a...
Wow. Can you translate what you said, please? Because it sounded very, yeah, were you praying for a miracle? Or?
I just said, if there's any Fijian men out there watching tonight, my friend here is looking for somebody. And if they're interested in my friend here, DJ Single, for them to call me and we will connect them to you.
Yes, please. Yes, please. He needs all the help in the world. So please, anyone out there, preferably Fijian. Now, you spoke about...
Preferably single.
You can just say, kere tangane.
What?
Kere
Kere
tangane.
tangane.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Kere tangane. What does that mean?
It's like, I need a man.
So now, say it
That's
with a
very, very
A real
straight
man.
up.
Were you supposed to say very desperate or... come on guys. It's a PG show, it's PG. Big shout out to Teresa Alofi, who's joined us on the live. Also Richard New, Lisiate Tohi Folau.
Hello.
Also Devita Hale and Samuel Pihaki. So malo guys, thank you for joining in.
Thank you for joining.
We have the DJ Cupid in the house and DJ Single. We're just here just to talk about a few things today, but one of the things I want to take the opportunity is to talk about the probably the Māori language, you know, and because DJ Cupid, you have some heritage of the Māoris and stuff, and you also study a lot of history. Did you study a lot of Māori history?
For me particularly, no. I didn't do a lot of study with Māori history in particular. As I said before, a lot of my work interest was mainly around Samoa and Fiji. But yeah, I mean, just to kind of elaborate a bit more, I didn't grow up learning or knowing how to speak Māori or Samoan, given that my parents were Samoan and Māori. Myself, like a lot of Pacific kids that grow up here in Australia, you know, outside of the islands, I didn't learn it. I wasn't really interested in it at a young age, but I think the difference for me is once I started becoming older, getting into my teenage years, I felt I need to learn it, and so I pretty much did everything I can to search for it so I could learn it. For example, Samoan, when I was learning Samoan, I mainly just listened and observed people that I knew that could speak Samoan. Obviously learning the swear words first, like a lot of people, you know.
Have you been teaching him the words?
Guilty. No, just kidding.
But yeah, I just listened, observed, and then I tried. I applied it, tested out my skills, and as I gradually did that over time, I began to become more familiar with speaking Samoan. So, and the same thing with Māori as well. Yeah.
That's so cool. What? Because you, like obviously language, culture, that's your jam, eh? That's your thing.
That's right.
What got you into like anthropology and Pacific cultural studies? Like, what's the draw card to that?
Well, I've always been into culture ever since I was, younger. I always took a great interest in art classes and doing a lot of Pacific arts in high school. When I went to uni, initially I wanted to pursue visual arts. I thought, that would be a good career path to go down for myself. But my first semester, I never went to class. I hated it.
You sound like okay.
Hey, I went to every class there was. I never missed a class.
I actually didn't like the visual arts program, just because it was focused towards more like classical art forms, sculpture, Western European art forms, whereas I'm interested in Pacific art forms. So I ended up taking up Pacific Island Studies initially, and I finished that major pretty quickly, and then I also took up cultural anthropology, which is pretty much, I wouldn't say it's the same, it is very similar, they do overlap a lot, but anthropology does go a bit more deeper into the cultural realm.
Now, for those who might not know what anthropology is, can you give us a little bit of an explanation?
Because I'm one of those guys, uneducated.
One of those guys.
Don't know what it is at all.
Sure.
What happens when you don't go to class?
A different class.
Different class, eh?
I'm a taking class.
Oh, we already know.
Not a single class. Hey.
Wow. Okay.
Top class.
That's it.
So anthropology is basically, to make it very simple, is the study of human cultures and how they evolve or develop. Okay. For example, a lot of questions that we ask in the field of anthropology is why? Why does this culture do this particular practice? Where does it originate from? What's the symbolism? What's the history? What are the cultural stories and oral histories around that? Obviously, that does involve a lot of language. It involves a lot of history. But there are 4 branches of anthropology itself. You have cultural anthropology, linguistics, archaeology,
Archaeology.
and physical anthropology, which can sometimes be cultural anthropology as well.
So cultural,
Yep.
language,
Language,
linguistic,
yep. Archaeology,
archaeology,
and physical.
and physical.
Yeah.
What's physical?
Physical is
Is that dancing?
Ah,
No, I don't know.
yeah.
physical has to do a lot with like practices of cultures.
Oh, I get it. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it doesn't really involve culture so much. It's just the physical application of practices. Yeah.
Learning tonight.
So I particularly go towards more linguistics and cultural anthropology.
Which is why you know how to
Yeah.
speak all these languages. Linguistics.
In saying that and being Māori week, what is for the people at home the best or the easiest greeting in Māori?
Greeting.
Yeah.
So the formal greeting is if you're saying it to one person, it would be tēnā koe. Okay. Or if there's two people, it would be tēnā korua. Kind of like Tongan, Jumoa. Yeah, you know. And then tēnā koutou is motolu.
Yeah, see?
So
plural.
yeah, plural, more than two people. But the common and some people might say informal greeting is kia ora.
I always thought the official greeting was sure.
Growing up it was.
Sure, my bro. That's what you said.
Tērmā, cuz.
I'll tell you a story. Every time I worked in civils and construction and stuff like that, and even to this day, people go to me, oh, where are you from, bro? Sure, bro. He goes, where are you from? I said, from Brisbane. He goes, oh, Gisborne? No, Brisbane. So I always get mixed up. So I have to stop saying chur. I think everyone thinks I'm Māori or something. You know? So
You could pass. You could pass as a Kiwi.
I don't want to, but I'm a wallaby.
Ooh.
That's why we're wearing yellow tonight, isn't it? Is that
Unlucky
why we're
for
wearing
you.
yellow tonight?
Yellow.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Ah, bro.
No.
This
This is gold. Australia, the Wallabies wear yellow, and this is gold.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we just joined here with DJ Single, DJ Cupid, and DJ Sahtooey in the house. We are here to just talk about cultures. What else is it to talk about? Oh, even it is okay week. I'll say week.
Are you okay?
Are you
Are you
okay?
okay? I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you. It's okay not to be okay too. So
That's right.
So-
Yeah, so we'll be touching on that some part in our show. That's why
yeah.
DJ Cupid came wearing yellow, because the colour for Are You Okay Day
That's why I was.
yellow.
and the reason why we wearing blue is because we're feeling so blue. So hopefully DJ Cupid can lift our spirits up and find a Fijian man for DJ Single tonight. Yeah.
I've forgotten
Of
how to
course.
say it.
Of course. Kere
Kere
tangane.
tangane.
Woo!
Kere
It
tangane.
sounds like a song in the making.
Kere tangane.
Yeah.
Well, guys, just kick back. We have a song here lined up for you guys. I don't know the name of it. I know the name of it, but I don't want to try because I might swear in a different language. It's a Fijian song, okay?
Oh.
So, you know what? Guess this song tonight. Guess this song. If you guess it right, we're gonna give away some Digicel tickets, eh?
Yes.
We're gonna give away some
Yeah.
Digicel. If you guess the song, I won't name it, but if you guess this right song, and write it in the comments below, or even give us a call on 0400 619 279.
There you
Kick
go.
back, relax, let's go.
Ia ni sambula bina na barong tika mena vesa ibiti gonga na kamundi dela ikande na ikande korolo mai biti na kana liuliunga semi keli do rongo le butu na nonto bono na butu ran lang sere na sere nga kitu na wanga titu na kabini kuwa na longu ko kau tapakan dua sere ni sando rongo do wasma na biti FM posanawa gangalan dina ke didisel.
Someone down on my knee, I'll no more be every morning, you do down one, beto tolong nangauna, neuna rai di kemu. Someone down on my knee, I'll no more be every morning, you put down one, beto tolong nangauna, neuna rai di kemu.
Ku watu he titi sela whenga maari e keke ikuna e te kiti whalau mai toka ua me Australia ki Nuku Sila tala ki ai mo fupaanga e tahawhi. Awe ai paanga ua noa whaiki o lunga i he digital top-up he digital international app be si wahau pe wharekoloa pe talafi paanga i he ClickX ki o whaamiri mo mahene he Pasifiki ke ai hao whenga maari e ke ikuna e te kiti whalau ki Nuku Sila mo fupaanga e tahawhi he wike kotoa pe. Awe hao top-up pe talafi se niti he ahoni pe ke whalau ewe ki Aotearoa. Oku iai hono ngahi makatuunga.
Tō mbulu vinaka ni kinta wai kemeni mai na walewa no mani sama kata mai na kamina kini kua na mbulu vinaka ndai. Ngo kema minga na Pacific TV and Radio na walewa no mani sama kata mai na mbulu vinaka kini kua.
Yes.
Whatever he said.
Yes. He's taken over tonight. If you've just joined us, we've got Eli, aka DJ Cupid, and he's with us tonight sharing about his journey. He was born and raised in Brisbane.
Yep.
Part Samoan, part Maori.
Yep.
But lives in?
Live in Hawaii.
Hawaii! Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, but speaks fluent Fijian, Samoan.
And love language.
And love language.
Oh. I love language.
Is that what Cupid's arrow? I don't know.
I think the island love language is KFC.
I think you're right.
I think we were all hungry.
Yeah, it's been a long night.
Yeah, but we're gonna make the most of DJ Cupid here tonight
Yeah.
because one of his studies is, I think one of the things that you're studying is Fijian and the Samoan connection. Now, I've heard so many times about the, growing up, the Tongan and the Fijian connections, and then the Tongan and the Samoan connection, but I don't think I've ever heard the Fijian and the Samoan connection, and I'm hoping that you are able to shed some light on it. Yeah, maybe.
Sure, yeah. One of my studies right now is looking at the cultural and kinship connections between Samoa and Fiji. Kinship, if you're not familiar with that term, it refers to like connections between clans and royals from these islands. Okay, so kingship, yeah, or kinship, blood ties as well. To kind of give an example on some of these ties between Samoa and Samoa and Fiji, sorry. In the islands of Lau, if you're familiar with those islands,
Lau,
it's,
yes, we
the
know
Lau
that.
group, east side of Fiji, close to Tonga. There are a few islands there that have connections to Samoa, namely in Canberra, Fulanga, where they're very famous for being the carvers of Fiji. Carving, canoes
Not
and
this
vessels.
cover. Not this
Not
cover.
the fake cover like in Tonga,
No.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the cover. But not the tonight. Yes.
But yes, wood carvers. So anciently, these wood carvers were the ones who created the vessels for the Pacific. Double hull vessels, also known as the Brua or the Brua Tambu, and other variations of canoe, tanoa, anything that needed to be manufactured or produced from wood. These were the craftsmen for Fiji.
So is that for Fiji?
For Fiji,
So
yeah.
that it's not like that's where it originated from in the Pacific.
No.
Right.
But
Okay.
the connection is that the art form is believed to have been passed down through the connections of Samoa and Fiji when they came together in those times. Yeah. So even in those islands, they still have some names that are very ancient that go back to Samoa.
Do you know some of those names?
I do. For example, the Lemaki clan, or the Matangai Lemaki. I just want to point out though, I am kind of risking over this. I am missing a lot of information, trying to keep it light. I don't want to go too heavy. But all in all, if there's one thing I want to say is that there are connections between Samoa and Fiji.
I didn't realize they were so strong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they're still known today in Fiji as well. Fijians still know them, and they're very much aware of them as well.
Wow, this is something new to me. So I'm very glad that you're here tonight to share some light. And like you said, you're just rushing through it, not touching on certain things.
Yeah.
And so if you're out there listening and you know probably some parts of it, don't come at us. We're just trying to share some love. So, that's what we're all about, is being aware, of these different connections and kingships and and
But if you do know something, put it in the comments.
100%.
We're still learning.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting, because we know the Polynesian connections, like Samoa and Tonga, but the Polynesian and Melanesian connections, not so. I don't know. I shouldn't say not so well known,
Right.
but like not talked about.
Yeah,
Polynesian.
there's the common debate about Fijians themselves. Are they Polynesian? Are they Melanesian? What are they?
Right.
Are they a part of Polynesia? One thing we have to understand is that these titles of Polynesia, Melanesia, Micronesia, these are all introduced titles by the Europeans. These are not our own titles. We didn't see the world as this region, that region, that region.
That's a good point.
The Pacific was just one whole
Was just the
region
Pacific.
for
Yeah.
us, we understood that, we came from different islands, of course, different cultures and such. But to see it how the Europeans saw us, we didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
Hence the importance of our kinships and those connections.
Yeah.
Because that's how we connected with one another.
Yeah.
It's through those kingship titles. But to kind of just go over, the debate about Fijians. Fijians are Melanesian. They are Melanesian by, genealogy. If you want to go into DNA and that such, Fijians are Melanesian. However, over time, as ancient Fijians or Melanesians have, crossed over, migrated throughout the Pacific, parts of Fiji have become a lot more Polynesian in cultural nature.
Is that like now I'm learning and I don't know. So forgive me for my ignorance.
Yes.
But does that include like the Rotuman?
No.
Was that a different?
Rotuma's a totally
different island?
Yeah.
But they're like similar to Fiji?
They share a lot of connections with Fiji in terms of kinship.
And are they classified as Melanesian or are they Polynesian?
I'm not too sure on the Rotumans. I'll have to look that one up. That's one I've never really thought about too. I'm definitely gonna go look that up.
I'm glad that we have a question for you tonight that you cannot answer.
Yeah.
It's good.
More learning.
Everyone's learning. And for those who don't know, this is a fun fact. Luke, DJ Satui, has Fijian blood.
Ah, yes,
Hey.
yes. And so something it goes way back before I even know. So it's only new to us that we found out we're Fijian. And so my eldest son is named Sokusa for that reason. My wife is Tongan and I'm part Tongan. We have that linkage back home to Yasawa. And so we're still learning more about them and connecting the lines and stuff. I'm just trying to remember the actual name that they use, but I'll think of it during the show tonight and I'll come back to you about it. But guys, we want a big shout out to Kase. Malo Kase for joining us all the way from 4014. If you don't know what that is, it's Benio Town.
4014. Okay.
Yeah. And also a big shout out to Susanna Final coming from the, I don't know the postcode for Redcliffe, but I was from Redcliffe.
Hello, Redcliffe.
Nice.
Even Veni Vailea, Malo Veni Vailea. Also a big shout out to Moana Mafileo, Emma Nissa. Also to Paulo Iane. Oh man, all these people. Sarisio Louis, sorry. So there's a few people out there. Do you have any shout outs you want to do yourself, Docs?
Just shout out to all my family that are watching this evening, wherever you are at this time, whether you're in Australia, New Zealand, Samoa, or even back in Hawaii. Love to you guys.
Yeah, so good. And also, what we were talking on the Fijian connection, but before we get further into it, my question is like, we're able to go and look in encyclopedias, jump online to Google and search, the history and stuff like that, and facts. How do you research something like this, like the Fijian and the Samoan connection? Is it a particular way that you go about it?
For me, I've always believed in, researching through, books, of course, proper books that have been written by, educated people, whether that's educated in academics or educated in actual culture, because it's always good to have a bit of both, because if you rely on one, you tend to ignore the other. So you do need to be open when researching, but we'll also be open to different methodologies of research, not just reading, writing, and listening, but also going out into how you might call field work or the field, and actually applying and testing, comparing that knowledge of what you've learned. I've always enjoyed working with people, hence why I've been able to gain so much knowledge in these areas, because as I mentioned before, I've been working with Fijians for the last 10 years, with and amongst Fijians, as well as Samoans. And so a lot of my knowledge I have today has come through those varieties of research.
So I imagine that there'd be a lot of practices, or not a lot, there'll be some practices that haven't been captured in books and things like
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
It's
For
all
sure.
just handed down through practice.
Right.
Do you think that there's a lot that's been missed, or that, you know, like if it's not written down, and that's kind of died with the people that have.
Well, I mean, when you look at early anthropology, the field itself, a lot of anthropologists were very ignorant to hearing the natives' perspective, the natives' voice. It was very just what they observed, and that was it.
Right.
You know? Whereas you see a lot of anthropologists now are getting more into, you know, the ground level, being one-on-one with who they're studying and getting that knowledge directly from them. That's not to say that they're still not, you know, doing their own research and books and whatever else and resources, but getting that one-on-one allows them to take it with them and then compare it on the more academic and levels.
Yeah. That's
Just,
cool.
Just to answer your question, I went to the trusty Wikipedia, and Rotuma is Polynesian, according to Wikipedia.
Thank you very much.
So thank you, Wikipedia, for that.
Thank you, because they look different.
Well, yeah.
Physically different to Indian.
And I know this from a good friend of mine who's from Rotuma. The Rotumans, from what he's told me, according to what they believe in terms of their origins, are a mixed people that have been that come from, you know, what's this? Uvea, Tonga, a bit of Samoa.
Right.
Okay, so they are a mix of Polynesian cultures and bloodlines, languages. But I think that really notes to our ancestors as in the fact that they were very active in traveling around the Pacific.
Yeah.
You know, in the field, we always talk about the Pacific being a highway. You know, and that can seem just like a metaphor, but it was legitimately a highway for them. You know, crossing across the water was not a big thing for them. That was life. You know, to us it seems very foreign now because we don't do it, but to them that was their bread and butter.
Normal.
Yeah.
So good. You know, it's like it reminds me that you're from Rotuma yourself, because you're flying around everywhere, don't you?
You could be Rotuman.
Fuexia, Loia.
Yeah, see? Did you know a fun fact that the first settlers of Rotuma were actually from Tahiti?
Oh, wow.
So French Polynesian, like Uvea, is Uvea French
Uvea
Polynesian,
and Futuna is
And
Polynesian. Polynesian,
Yeah.
But they speak French.
Yeah.
Because they're French.
Settled by the French.
Bonjour,
Yeah.
monsieur, ça veut bien, monsieur, vous. Hey, that's all I know. Stop there.
What do you
right?
say? Do you say I love you in French?
Oh.
How do you know that?
I don't even know what I said, so. Sorry. But guys, it's great to have. That's right. It's great to have DJ Cupid in the house and DJ Single. We're just going to go to a little short break, and Josh Totoffee he's calling out, so I thought I'll give a little play of his song. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Josh.
Nice.
So kick back and relax, and just be calm.
Be cool.
And relax.
O ku watu e titi sela e whenga maari e keke ikuna e tiki whalau mai toko ua me Australia ki nuusi.
Kainga ngā manako lau konga, ke whiwhili ki he tāla e kawa, a ngā luwhakahaka o hata anga. Pe wheiwe iwa e ngā whau e whiwhine pe koe tangata tō ngā. Mea mai ke Pasifika TV mai le tio, ka o solova ho palopalewa. Ma o ato ai ngahi tohini. I ai whoki mo ngahi koloa o kumau whatau atu, na e lalanga me ngahi loa kau tāla o loto pāpua. Ai ene whakalata mo ene toe toloa. Ia lava mai o toli mo whili a ho manako. Tala atu, koe mautangua, ke maki he atu pe, i e whoi kono pe. Kainga tonga manako lau konga, ke whiwhili ki he tāla e kawa, a ngā luwhakahaka o hata anga, pe wheiwe iwa e ngā whau e whiwhine pe koe tangata tō ngā. Mea mai ke Pasifika TV mai le tio, ka o solova ho palopalewa. Ma o ato ai ngai.
What about now? This be the creation story, man. From the Polynesian island of Pago.
Pacific greetings. Did you know that the Pacific Islands pay some of the highest rates in the world when it comes to sending money back to their families? That's not right, is it? But don't worry, Send Money Pacific is back. Send Money Pacific is the official money comparison service for the Pacific Islands, supported by the Australian and New Zealand governments. In 3 easy steps, you can compare more than 40 providers and save more money for your family. First, choose your country's flag. Second, choose from either $200 or $500 to get the best indication of how much money you will save. Third, select the country you are sending money from, either Australia or New Zealand. Your best matches to save money will appear instantly. Or, if you prefer, you can find your fastest matches. Click on the link of your best provider to send money through them directly. Select more matches to see more of your best matches. You can save up to $60 on a single $500 transaction. So don't forget to check your best matches regularly. Subscribe through our website to get your latest rate information, now updated weekly. You can also follow and like Send Money Pacific on Facebook.
E kipa mai ko u aina, ai mala haina, ho kono ina hoa, a mama ua noa, uehe no ke ia, wehe no u, huli noa ami no ke ia, ami no u, e hua ka i ka wai, e kuu i ka mai, e kui i ke kalo, e aia pai, e kanu makaloi, kanu no ka moi, ho o kahi ka vai, ho ulu ka aina, kau mai ka pē a holo ka waa, holo i ta hiti ho o maa, pono no ke ia, pono no ke la, hana ia i ka ia, alohi mai no ke kai, ku hou po o aku i ka vai ai, laki no oe pi i mai, laki no oe pi i mai, hua i ka puna vai, la i ka hana paki ai, laki no oe pi i mai, laki no oe pi i mai, e ho i mai olo alu, e he i ka nalu, he ana i ka lala, ho i ana i ka mukuku, i punau oe e malama pono, le a mau i ka maka hehi, pi i ka mauna, i luna o ke kauna, hi ka i ka lani, o vaila ka mahino he hoku, akua, oia no, mai ka ire, kau mai ka pē a holo ka waa, holo i ta hiti ho o maa, pono no ke ia, pono no ke la, hana ia i ka ia, alohi mai no ke kai, ku hou po o aku i ka vai ai, laki no oe pi i mai, laki no oe pi i mai, hua i ka puna vai, la i ka hana paki ai, laki no oe pi i mai, laki no oe pi i mai, mama ke ia ka ulua, a eia no wau, e auala i ke ao, e kupau, e koa ai pili ka ua, pili mai, e pipi mai, mai hana ku, alohi mai no ke kai, ku hou po o aku i ka vai ai, laki no oe pi i mai, laki no oe pi i mai, hua i ka puna vai, la i ka hana paki ai, laki no oe pi i mai, laki no oe pi i mai, My one and only under the sun. My kakala, baby, you are the one. Yeah. Suka, baby, won't you come on over here tonight? Ever mine. Da ahine keke ilo ia mai. Koila toni ia kua vai vai, yeah. Pea kou whaka amu angi mai. Whaka amu angi mai ta ahine. Keke olunga mai ki e te au. Pea tuku mai ho o whalala. But I'll ever ia po ha house. Ia fia tu e ata. Keke olunga mai ki e te au. Pea tuku mai ho o whalala. But I'll ever ia po ha house. Ia fia tu e ata.
Oh my gosh.
Baby, you are the one. You are the one, baby. My one and only, your father. My one and you are the one. You are the one, baby. My one and only, your father. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back
Welcome back
to.
from where? It's been a long break, eh?
Yeah.
I gotta say, we had some good conversations about finding someone for you, but it always, the funny thing, it always comes to a dead end, which is pretty sad. But anyways, guys, welcome back. We're so grateful to have you with us
It's the
tonight.
reality, yeah.
Reality.
Is that how conversations come to a dead end?
I don't know. You tell us. We're the ones that take
Like
it.
my love life.
Yeah, but hey, you guys mentioned something very important. The Siva Mai concert is happening in South Brisbane at the Piazza Centre. Eli, you went there.
Yeah.
How was it?
I really enjoyed it. It was really entertaining. I honestly didn't know what to expect going there.
Yep.
I don't think there was really much. I think the only thing I remember being promoted about it is that it was a big island social.
Yeah, I like the Asian island social.
Yeah, so I went
You
there
like
every night.
socials.
Social. That's probably what your problem is. You don't like socializing.
Oh, do I need to go there?
Yes.
Oh,
Should
okay.
be DJ single and social.
Yeah! That's why we have you here tonight, DJ Eli.
Thank you,
Ah,
DJ Cupid.
Yeah, tag team, eh? Tag team.
What if I'm an introvert?
No, well,
Be an
you're
extrovert.
Yeah. We're going to convert you tonight.
Okay. Okay.
So it was really entertaining. A lot of good stuff. Props to Joe. I'm not too sure if he designed or he planned out the entire show, but he did really well.
Yeah.
I know he was on a lot of the promo material, so props to him, Joe. If you're watching, great job.
Awesome work.
Awesome work. Great to see our people particularly here in Brisbane, you know, on those types of public platforms, just to see our people, our culture being represented in those types of spaces.
So it's different Pacific Islands, not just Samoan. Is that right?
I would say a good majority of it is Samoan, but there's some other.
Is it like a variety show, like dancing, singing?
Yeah.
Eli's going to say, why don't you just go check it out?
That's right.
Yeah, go check it out.
Go check it out. I think there's only one more night.
One more night, tomorrow night, yeah.
Yeah, the tickets are still there, so make sure you jump on Joe's all his socials. I'm sure it's all there, so jump on the link there.
Where's it held? The Piazza.
Piazza. In South Bank. So for all those kids who wagged school, you know where to go. Because Eli was one of those guys. Were you, Eli?
I never wagged school. I was always in class on time.
On time.
I just want to know
overtime.
how Luke knows that that's where all the kids that wag school go and hang out.
Hey, fun fact. I went to Brisbane to say hi. So that's where our school was. We did our assemblies sometimes in the Piazza building.
Wow.
But I didn't say we didn't wag. Anyways, move along.
No, here's another fun fact. I asked Luke who the head girl was and he can't remember.
Yeah, she was just another.
Because you treated everyone the same.
Can't remember or don't want to remember.
Don't remember. We had like 800 students in our grade, so
You were too busy in the library, eh?
I was a rugby.
Rugby
boy.
What position did you play?
I was one watching the game and doing the how many tackles, how many tries.
Oh, you're the stats man.
Statistics. Yeah.
Oh.
My statistics was good.
Wow.
The sideline coach.
Rugby. And speaking of rugby, we've got the Rugby World Cup happening.
Yes.
We've got Tonga playing their first game tomorrow morning.
But do you know who they're playing? Do you know who they're playing? They're playing number 1 in the world at the moment.
Ireland.
Wow.
Ireland.
So Tonga's got one of the hardest pools out of all of them.
Yeah.
But it's good. We need to test those guys. You know, we boast about being warriors, and so this is our chance to show the world that we are warrior.
How do you say warrior in Tongan?
I don't know. Maybe Eli can tell us.
Toa.
Toa, see? That's why we call it toa.
Toa kase.
Kase, yeah.
Toa, sorry.
Toa.
See?
Oh.
So that's why we have him here tonight. He's a translator.
Yeah.
Linguistics.
So we've got Tonga and Ireland
Yep.
tomorrow morning, and then we've got Samoa versus Chile.
Ooh, it's a bit spicy. Hey?
Ooh, I see what you did there.
You need a bit of spice in your food.
Yeah.
In your
Thank
food,
you.
eh?
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
But you know, the team I am looking forward to watching, and I'm sure Eli's on the same page, is
Fiji.
What? Yeah, Fiji. 100%. Fiji.
Bulla, they played.
Yeah, but they're gonna play Wallabies next.
Oh yeah, go
Fiji. We're gonna smash them.
Yeah, I'm worried for the Wallabies. You know, even though we grew up here, but I think, and I'll be happy if Fiji wins because they were sort of unfair.
Yeah, last game, man.
Last game, mate.
I don't know who made
Robbed.
that guy ref, but you know, it's okay.
I think that ref was Rituman.
That explains it.
That explains it, eh? But guys, you know, we have the one and only Eli in the studio. And, you know, if you guys have any questions or shout-outs even, or if you know anyone out there who's single, prefer, what's your type?
Are you asking me or him?
Eli. Eli, what's your type, man? Tell us your type.
Yeah, come on.
Any type.
Like
Type 2 or type 1 diabetes? You type it in here. Come on. What are you laughing so loud for, man? We're trying to help each other.
Because, you know what? It's so great to have another single buddy on here.
Why do you assume that he's single? He's got no
Wait. But are you single by choice? Or
Wow.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry. Well,
that was like a little bit deep.
Yeah.
Gosh, what if I've been trying really hard and nothing?
Did you just meet Eli tonight for the first time?
No, we met briefly the other night.
Yeah.
Probably why it's been so long in between visits, eh?
Yeah.
I just want to keep his distance from you.
Yeah.
But
Social distance.
Social distancing. Man. So guys, thank you for joining us. So a big shout out. Oh man, there's a few people on here watching live. Tara Seoul, Hawati.
Malo, Tara, malo.
Sione tupo. Ane taka. Malo. Salim.
Nalo. Salim.
Yeah. So guys, if you guys are tuning in, next week is going to be another big show. And actually, we're going to have this whole studio filled up with people because there's a few things happening. So also, if you want a chance to win tickets to the Ever Mai, make sure you tune in next week. Ooh. Maybe I should look at the camera when I say this.
Yeah.
Tune in next week because we're going to have all the crew in town. We have P. Wish, Tony Mahanga, all the boys from the Fitu, Stanley T. Going to represent. It's Ever Mai concert held by Dell Entertainment. So they're all going to come in next week, share some love and give some tickets away. But in the meantime, we're going to here to get some tickets from Eli. Eli, what kind of tickets you giving away tonight?
Like your number?
Oh!
Tick up. Get a ticket to line up. Yeah.
Hit me
how do you fish like that?
Hit me up on social. I'm more than happy to take.
What's your social handle so that people can jump on and follow you?
So I only have Instagram. It's Manurua. Manurua.
Manurua. What's the inspiration behind your Instagram name?
Short story, Manurua is a name that I adopted, referencing the Tongan kupesi, the Manulua, which is this top one up here. Manulua, if you're not familiar with the Tongan kupesi, is a design they use in the Tongan ngatu. It refers to a story that comes from the village of fale and Vavao, of two birds. Yeah. There are different variations of the story. Some say it's two birds coming together that fell in love. Some talk about it as migration, two paths. For me, I took it as a means to express myself coming from two cultural backgrounds.
Oh, that's so deep.
And so I changed, the only letter I changed was the L. I changed it to an R just because in Māori to say two is Rua. And I kept the Manu for Samoa. So Manu, Rua, two birds that come from two cultures.
You know what I just remembered?
What's that?
Eli.
What's
Is
that?
My name or his name?
Your name.
Man, it's been a long day.
What did you just remember?
Yeah. I just remembered that on the side of your everything else that you do, you're a bit of an artiste.
Oh, hey, how did I...
Small kind, as we say in Hawaii, small kind.
Is that what you painted over there on the left of, to the viewers, to the left of you? Is that a painting by you?
Oh. No, that's not by me.
I'm just checking. But you were an artist outside and as a hobby or as a career?
When I was very young, I wanted to make it my career, being an artist. But now I'm very interested in academics and education. But still very much passionate about my art. And so I do that on the side. And it just so happens to help, I guess, complement what I'm studying, because a lot of what I study is Pacific. And a lot of my art is Pacific also. So there's a lot of space for me to like test things and apply things in my art, so I can test it out. Does this actually work? What does this look like? I really enjoy it. I'm really passionate about it.
And out of all your artistry, what is the main thing you go to? Like, do you do paintings? You do pottery? Is it?
Did you say pottery?
Yeah, just in case,
when I was in high school.
Was it a Whoopi Goldberg movie, Ghost?
Oh, not that Ghost.
When I look at you, I have those vibes,
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. We're trying to be serious here, guys.
Sorry. Serious.
When I was in high school, I did like sculpture and painting.
I knew it.
Other different stuff. But now I'm very much into Pacific art forms, so weaving, siapo, ngatu, masi, wood carving. I do. Those are my two main ones I do right now: is wood carving and siapo.
So good. It's sort of like an art that I wonder, are we losing that art and that type of tapestry? Do you think we're losing it, or there's still a chance to capture all those different art forms and I guess we say trades.
I think first thing comes to mind. I think it really depends on context of what you're talking about in terms of losing. I mean, if we look at Tonga, the practice of ngatu is still very much alive and thriving. You know, even when I was in Tonga just last month, you still see women at the kokoanga, beating the ngatu, the fitaki. It's alive and thriving. Whereas in Fiji as well, it's still alive as well. In Samoa, maybe not as much. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's dead. It's a dead art form. It's still there. I just don't think it's as strong as compared to some of our other island neighbors.
But I think we were talking before, and you were saying that for Samoans, the design, they've picked up a lot of the designs from the other islands rather than kind of sticking to what is original to them.
Yeah.
And the more, as it's evolved.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, if you go to Samoa today, I mean, one of the go-to places to find siapo Samoa is in the markets. And a lot of the design work you'll see on those siapo. 9 times out of 10, a lot of it is very contemporary, a lot of modern motifs. Me, myself, I spend a lot of time in museums, and I've had the opportunity to go into museum archives and see, siapo from the 80s, from the 1800s, and those time periods. And I can definitely tell you the patterns and motifs used in those types of siapo are very different from siapo we see today, siapo Samoa. Very different, not just in aesthetic, design, patterning, but also size. We don't really see siapo Samoa today at those types of sizes. Those
like
large,
the Tongan
ngatu. I mean, go to the markets today in Samoa, but generally, this is just generally speaking, you generally only find the small touristy kind of sizes where you can buy, take it home, fit it in your suitcase.
But is that genuine siapo as well that you find?
From what I know, it is genuine siapo.
Okay.
Just smaller.
Yeah.
Reduced.
Yeah.
That's right.
Travel size,
Travel size, yeah. It's a market, you got to market these things in that direction, You make these big ones. Like we have one here in the studio. It was a gift to a Rotary back in the days from, I think, Tonga. I don't know what the actual reasoning of it, but if you try to lift that up,
it's heavy.
It's heavy. You can't just sit on the floor because you can't lift it up.
It looks like a frame, but it's actually packed in, folded.
Imagine putting that into your bags.
Yeah.
Especially with everything else that you have to bring back when you go to the islands.
True. Especially if your uncle and your aunties, they want to take this thing over there. And,
especially if your bag goes to San Francisco.
Don't bring those memories up.
Sorry.
But I think that kind of talks to us as Samoans in terms of the purpose of siapo in our world today. Why if siapo is only available in those types of sizes, whatever it is, what does that say about our society today? Have we repurposed siapo or have we replaced it with something else? I would definitely say we have replaced it with something a bit more easier, accessible. I don't know if you've ever gone to a city or any Samoan traditional function. They generally just use fabric.
Yeah.
Just because it's easier.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. It's wrong. It's a functional thing.
That's how it's evolved, hasn't it?
Siapo does take a long time to make. It's very laborsome, so it makes sense that we would use cloth.
Yeah. And it's cheaper.
Cheaper, readily available.
We like funding the Chinese manufacturers.
Big shout out to all those.
Thank you, China.
How do you say thank you in Chinese?
谢谢.
Hey.
Yeah.
See? When I came into the studio tonight, Eli, I wasn't sure what nationality you were. But there was a part Asian look to you, so I was like, oh, maybe he's Filipino. But then I get to know you, and you're like, you know all the languages. So
You know, honestly, I get this so much. People assume I'm Tongan or I'm, Fiji. I've had, believe it or not, people have called me Fijian.
We thought he was Niuean.
There you go.
What night was it? Tuesday night.
Tuesday
it's
night,
because
yeah.
he's wearing yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're like, my sister, what part of Niue are you from?
This is a sister called Blackberry Blueberry. So
Yeah.
I
So,
guess there's
as you
something to
can
say,
see-
but yeah.
I'm just good at blending. I can,
You're
blend in.
versatile.
Yeah,
You're a blender.
Flexible.
Flexible. That's the one. Man. You travel the world. You're flexible. Who else wouldn't want you, bro?
Hey, but if just one more thing I could say about Samoan Siapoe
Please
is
do.
I would say even though we've found ways to, repurpose Samoan Siapoe, I would still say if we have the means or the opportunity to be able to make our proper Samoan measina, that Siapoe that was bigger, I say do it. That's our culture. That's our measina. That's us. If we can maintain the integrity of our culture in any way possible, I would say I'm 100% behind that.
I understand.
Because I was just thinking about the Samoan Siapoe, and even like just to the dye that we use is different. It's a lighter brown compared to the Tongan.
Yeah.
So it's not just the design, but the actual color dye.
And this relates back to when we had Oi in the studio a couple of weeks ago about the tattooing. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
now you touched on the patterns and stuff. When you look at the knuckles and stuff, there's a Tonga one, and I can tell the Tonga one, and then there's the Fijian one. But the Samoan, what makes the Samoan one different?
In terms of
the patterns,
of
maybe?
Siapoe?
Yeah.
In Samoan Siapoe, you'll find that they use a lot of flower and floral designs. A lot of designs coming from nature.
Inspired by nature,
Inspired by nature.
And the sea, no?
Yeah, shells, different animals in the sea, grass, all nature related.
That's so good. It's getting very interesting. We can be here all night talking about these things, don't we? But guys, we don't only have about 15 minutes left of the show tonight. It's gone so fast, When you're having fun, time flies.
Yeah.
But we're going to go to a song, and when we get back, we're going to catch up a bit more with DJ Cupid, DJ Single, and DJ Satui. So relax, kick back, be good.
Be good.
Let's go. Manuia.
Tapa, nunua tapa, tapa ko nunua koe ana tukua. Tapa rea tapa, nunua tapa, ko nunua koe ana tukua. Ka hawi runga, ka hawi raroa, ka hawi te manawa, ta manawa. First place to see the sun, te taira pity is always on. Best be ready for the time of your life. Cruising down the highway 35. Here we naughty, no porter dani. Ko te kuti, te wera, te hua, kuapa nui. Tapa, State Highway 35. A Tokomaru for a power pie. Straight down to Whamara. Tamako Baikea. Waiweherua. Tapa, nunu tapa, tapa ko nunu ako na tukua. Tapa rea tapa, nunu tapa, nunu ako na tukua. Kahawirunga, kahawiraro, kahawite manawa, taputanga manawa, kahawirunga, kahawiraro.
Digicel is giving you a chance to win a trip for two across the ditch plus $1,000 spending money. Simply send $20 or more Digicel top-up through our Digicel International app, website or participating retail stores, or send money transfer with ClickX to your family and friends in the Pacific for your chance to win a trip to New Zealand given away every week with $1,000 spending money. Send top-up or money transfer today and enjoy a holiday for two across the ditch. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
To Friday Night Live.
All right.
So we don't have much left of the show tonight. So guys, I want you guys to get relaxed because we got the last part of our segment tonight. But we are so fortunate to be in the studio with Eli, but also more so with the DJ single. Malo Apito.
Hello, Malo. So, if you just joined us, we have talked about culture. We've talked about language. We have talked about the connection between Fiji and Samoa. We've talked a little bit about other things happening in town. Right now, though, we are going to just touch quickly on, because amongst other things that DJ Cupid is, knowledgeable in, he's doing his master's in anthropology and Pacific cultures at the moment.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
But he also did a paper in psychology.
Yeah, that was one of my minors. Yeah, my minors.
And so we're talking about that because we mentioned earlier that it was Are You OK Day yesterday.
Yeah.
And so just talking about, I guess, mental health and Pacific people, our Pasifika people.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that we talk about in families. Did you guys know what mental health was growing up?
No.
In your families?
Not really.
I still don't know, but no, but you're right on the cue there because growing up, there was no such thing of it. But these days, it's all plastered everywhere in our. We're more educated about it. And then you go to the workplace, we have these EAP programs. With their support. So if you don't know, EAP is Employees Assistance Programs. But we're so more aware of it these days, aren't we?
Oh, I want to ask, why is that? Why do you think that we weren't aware of it so much when we were younger? Or maybe, in that time period. I mean,
I think, and I have thought about this because a lot of it, culturally, we are very spiritual people. And I think for a long time, our people were able to explain differences by, with spirituality, something, it's a spiritual experience or it's like a superstition or something like that.
Right.
But never that there could be something organically wrong in your brain with what's happening. I don't know. That was just a thought.
That's interesting. What do you think, Togo?
For me, I think there was sort of maybe a misunderstanding. I don't know. I don't think, for me, it was, I can't really say, but I think it's just, we didn't know nothing about it really.
Yeah.
When someone was sick mentally we used to beat them thinking that they were possessed, you know. So
Yeah.
I think it's probably just we're learning along as a progression, like we're learning as we go that maybe it's more deeper than that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's more, thought there was a more physical aspect to it, but
Right.
maybe that's what yourself, bro.
For me, I mean, honestly, I think I've had my own mental health challenges along the road, but I've been able to fortunately learn about those things, but also learn about myself and how I can, I guess, work to overcome them and keep pushing forward within my own life. I definitely want to say there's no wrong or right answer, you know. It's very contextual based, whether that be on the individual or the group. But I do want to say that we as Pacific people, we're definitely, I want to say, somewhat new to this space in terms of how to understand it, how to comprehend it, you know, and then act on it. But also, we're still learning about it. But I definitely agree with what you said about, you know, us being spiritual people. We're definitely spiritual people. And I can definitely testify to that in terms of, you know, the cultural side. We're definitely a spiritual people. I do want to say that I believe there have been outside influences, you know that word colonization, that have contributed to that, to mental health, in terms of, you know, why. I mean, I think of New Zealand, you know, we all know New Zealand, the mental health challenges going on in New Zealand right now, and in the past are just terrible.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
with the suicide rates going on in New Zealand.
But I think, like, just as culturally as well, we just don't, those are things we don't talk about. We don't talk about struggles that we have because, you know, I think culturally, we're proud people, Pacific people, and it's there's a lot of stigma around not being able to handle something. Handle something. But so yeah, I don't think we talk about it. It's not encouraged. Like, we kind of just have to get on with it. We deal with it.
Yeah.
Tell me one thing. You know, you touched on that. You went through your own challenges with mental health. Can you share maybe a technique or a way that someone out there who's watching, maybe going through something right now, a technique that they could use, maybe?
Honestly, the technique I used was just, it sounds very cliche, probably not the best answer for everyone, but I just kept myself busy. You know, those thoughts in your head, they will dwell there as long as you give it time to dwell. You know, so I figured for myself, if I keep myself busy, those thoughts, I can keep them at bay. I can keep them away. Not to say that that's gonna fit for everybody, but for me it worked. That's not to say that I still don't struggle here and there, you know, because no life is perfect. But it's definitely a mechanism I try to implement a lot, keep myself busy.
But I think that's an important point you make, is that yes, you struggle.
Right.
There's a struggle, but I think you can live well despite having a mental, like, you know, mental health difficulties. You can still live well. It's about knowing what works for you. It's about reaching out for support when you need it. I think that's a big one, like reaching out.
Because I think it's a natural, to be honest. Like, your life is not gonna be perfect 24/7.
No.
You might have a good day at work and then get home, you know, you just, the happiness levels just shrink. You know, and that's okay. I think that's just reality. You know, whenever we're on a high, there's gonna be a time where you're gonna come back down low. You know? It's inevitable. But if you can figure out ways to kind of help cope with that, you know. And I definitely think that takes a lot of trying to understand yourself. You know, not just in terms of what works best for you, but where or why do these things happen? And trying to self-reflect.
And I know what it is you wanna do. So come give me this right now.
Waka fefe. Sorry. How did you get this? Yeah, it has longer hair.
I'm in the abyss right now, lost in your touch as our bodies intertwine. Your body's so blessed right now, you so phenomenal when the stars align.
Yeah, definitely. The lifestyle over there, the student in Hawaii is very busy, full on. You know, you definitely need to be ready for it, but also be ready for the down moments when you come down. You have a busy day and then come by yourself late at night. There can be times where, you know, you just kind of just flat out tired. For me, I spend a lot of time with my Fijian family. These guys are my family. Might not be blood related. I consider them as my own flesh and blood. And I spend a lot of time with them, and that family time really helped to kind of heal me.
So being around people that care about you and that you care, like being around, they say that exercise is the best, most natural antidepressant. It's the best natural antidepressant, like exercise, because what does it do? It releases the endorphins, and the hormone, like the dopamine, and you know, gets like the happy hormones. That's what exercise does.
I only know that because my mum.
Yeah.
My mum's a PT, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that's like the biggest thing. I think a lot of, I think mental health is definitely talked about more in the Pacific, or amongst Pasifika communities, and there's support out there.
Yeah, I would agree to that. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I mean, I'm not the best at asking for help. My mum knows me well. I'm a very independent person. I will take the challenge on by myself, but I've had to learn that myself, you know, asking for help. But also don't be afraid to learn about yourself as you go through those mental health challenges. I think as much as it is a struggle, it's also an opportunity to discover yourself further.
Yeah, because I think acknowledging that, you know, you need help, or that there's something that you need to build, that is the first part of recovery, is acknowledgement.
Right.
And then you can
for sure
build on that.
For sure. And, you know, asking people, not just yourself, but also others. If you can see, you know, I'm not too sure. I'm not a doctor. I can't say what the signs are, but, you know, you can always look at somebody and see, okay, she doesn't really look okay. Yeah. Don't be afraid to ask, you know, are you okay?
So I think signs of depression are like loss of interest in things that they would normally enjoy, if they're withdrawing from, you know, like if they're isolating more, if your friends are not coming out, if they're giving excuses to not come out and see you, check in on them.
Yeah.
There's people who do that to avoid having to deal with, you know, confronting what's going on for them. So definitely like check in with people, and I think ask them how you can be helpful, because we could think we're being helpful, but actually it's unhelpful for them.
Can I just share something quickly?
Yeah.
You know, you talked about my paper. One of my good friends at university, his name is Quincy. He's from Logan as well. Went to he grew up here in Logan and Brisbane, and we grew up together as well here. He's still over there in Hawaii, actually studying, just about to graduate. But his major was psychology as well, with a minor in Pacific Island Studies, and he's trying to pair the two together to help our people through mental health challenges, social work, challenges as well. And we both agreed that feel free to disagree if you're watching, but we both agreed that if our people, our Pacific people, can understand ourselves better on a cultural level, we can then provide ourselves the foundation we need for our own identities to then build upon those foundations and understand ourselves further in terms of spiritual, temporal, physical, academic, emotional. Not to say that this is the cure or the
tell you what's the deal and a little and how I feel about you. You're the type of girl that I need, the one I was searching for. You're the type of girl that I see. To you, I will give you my all. Together we forever will be, you and me. Standing waiting for your reply, 'cause you're the only one that's ever caught my eye. Even if you made me choose to live forever, for a day with you, I'll be you, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I need your company.
It's there for a reason. They're here to help.
Sure.
And the people who work behind the other side of the phones are very genuine people who really care. So.
Right.
Thank you so much, man. But I didn't want to make it so downhill or anything or or depressing, but it's good to be aware, and that's why
for sure.
Great to talk about.
Eli is wearing the yellow shirt tonight to represent a new way.
New way.
Yes, new way.
What village are you from in Niue? Oh, that's right. You're not Niuean.
A big shout out to Maafu Alon, Davita Maafu, Sione Wiketi, Lei Pasi, and Nimaliku, all the way from Sydney. So I hope Nimaliku's watching because the Broncos are going to be winning the grand finals this year. So
nah.
Yeah. What's happening tomorrow night?
So tomorrow,
it
guys,
doesn't matter.
Oh, so tomorrow, guys, we're all going to be cheering for the Warriors. Up the Waz. Yeah.
Who are they playing?
Come on, Luke.
Who are they playing?
They play the Knights, and whoever wins that game, before Luke adds his 20 cents, goes on to play the Broncos.
Broncos, having a day off. Docs, who do you support?
I'm gonna say the Waz. Gotta do it for my Maori people.
Yeah. Anybody but the Broncos, honestly.
I'm Tongan, and we love horses. Broncos
Horsey.
all the way. Horsey.
Anybody but the Broncos.
Horsey. See, you guys took a while to catch that one, eh? Yeah. But tell us, who's the main star in the Waz? The Waz.
The Waz.
Who's the main star?
I know. And I'm hoping. Well, he might not be playing tomorrow because he's injured. Sean Johnson.
Oh.
He's the playmaker. But you say who's the star, but there's lots of people that are stars. Like,
who's the moon?
Oh my God. These guys.
but who's the star for the Broncos?
Man, it's heaps, man. There's Stags, he's Tommen.
Oh, you just got Tommins, eh?
That's right, you know.
Anyone but the
Hobbs,
Broncos.
Hobbs, you know, it's a young team, you know, so
They are playing well.
they're playing very well.
I like Reece Walsh, but that's because he's a
Samoan.
Warriors player, ex-Warriors player, an ex-Warriors player.
Come on, guys, you know.
Come on.
Come on. But guys, you know, we're coming close to the end of our show. We're actually 15 minutes over our show tonight.
What?
But because of DJ Single, we'll start at 15 minutes late tonight. So
Sorry.
Yeah.
it's like the golden point rule, you know, we're going to keep on going.
I was on a date.
We're going to keep on going until someone scores, and hopefully you scoring tonight, DJ Single. Let's go. Oh.
Is there anyone out there? Is there anyone out there?
Oh, so
Don't all rush in at once, guys.
No, that's right. And I don't, the phone just went dead. Big shout out to Fale. Thank you very much for joining in tonight. But guys, you know, we're just coming to the end. Maybe there's just some wisdom we want to hear from you, Eli tonight. If you want to, DJ's Cupid. If you want to share some fun facts or something that might be beneficial to our viewers tonight. Just to get the spot.
Some final thoughts.
What can I share? I think I'll just elaborate a bit more on what I mentioned before about, you know, in relation to Samoan siapo is, you know, a lot of us polys growing up and living here overseas can often have a hard time trying to navigate ourselves and where we fit in terms of the Western society, whilst also trying to maintain our own cultural identities. It definitely takes a lot of work, no doubt, but I would definitely say it is so worth it. I have been questioned a lot growing up is in terms of, you know, Elijah, you're Māori, Samoan, which one do you like better? Or do you like Samoan being better? Do you like being Samoan better?
Yes.
And for me, I've come to a point where I say now, one is not better than the other. Both are just as good. If anything, being multi-ethnic, if you want to use that term.
Ooh, like how you're multilingual. Sorry.
Don't take it away.
Sorry, I took your moment away.
But being multi-ethnic, you know, for me, presents more opportunities.
Yeah.
Rather than dead ends. You know, we always have this idea of, you have to choose one. You can't be both. I say to that, why can't you be both? Why can't you be just as Samoan as you are Māori or Tongan or whatever you are? Tokelau, Fijian, you know. The more you have, the more you can be. Okay, so...
I like it.
Say it again.
The more you have, the more you can be. Yeah. So take pride in who you are, despite growing up or being amongst a Western society. You know, find what suits you, find what helps you develop further, but don't forget your roots. Always nurture those roots, and don't ever, you know, settle. Always maintain the integrity of who you are and where you come from.
I think DJ Single's taken that advice to heart. She's never settled yet. So she's still yet to settle. So.
There's a standard, man.
Oh,
There's
yes.
a standard. Hey. Is it too high? Is that what
yeah, you like this one. You need to come down a bit. But guys, thank you so much. And thank you, Eli, for joining us tonight. It's such a privilege to not only to meet you, but to share this platform with you, but also to just hear the wisdom, because you are far much younger than us, you know. And it's far so much.
What are you talking about?
We can see.
I'm 21. No.
What's your age?
From here, I can see the difference, you know, in age, and it's like a big gap. And so think
Why did your hands have to be like that big? Why? That far apart?
because Jesus' arms are and he still loves you. Amen. And
Amen,
so,
amen.
we thank you so much for coming in, brother. But I want to give you this opportunity
Yep.
to say some shout outs because there's a few people out there who are waiting to hear their names
Oi.
from your voice.
Yes.
Okay.
Not only
What are
on-
their names?
Yeah, or her
What
name.
are
Her,
names?
what's her name?
Oh.
There's heaps of them. You can start from A.
I'll just give a shout out to my family here in Brisbane, to all of my family members, relatives who may not know that I'm back in Australia. Well, I am.
Wow, easy.
I am.
Not for long.
But yeah, love to you guys. We'll probably catch up soon. Love especially to all my family back in Samoa, back in New Zealand, and especially to my family out in Hawaii. If you're watching tonight, thank you so much for tuning in. Love and miss you guys. Hope everything is well back there in Hawaii.
Mahalo. Is that
Mahalo.
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 You haven't finished yet. There's that special someone.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's her name?
Babe, if you're watching,
Babe.
Babe,
I'll call you tonight. Don't worry.
I call you tonight. Please answer my call.
Me too. Me too. I'll call you tonight
I
too,
call
babe.
you.
No.
Oh, man. Yeah, you too, eh? But you know, it is unfair for us to end the show without saying something in Te Māori, is it?
In Māori?
Te reo.
Yeah.
Te reo.
So this is an opportunity to say good night and farewell to everyone in Māori.
Take it away.
All I know is ka kite.
Kite ano matewa.
Oh, here we
Matewa.
go. Here comes all the New Zealand citizens right now.
That's it. That's all I know.
Overstay.
Matewa.
That's it. But hey, before we do close off, I want to say something to you, all those people out there who are from New Zealand and Australia. Man, go get your Australian citizenship while the chance. My wife went the other day.
Yeah.
It's the easiest test that you'll ever do. She can sing the national anthem of Australia now. So, good work to her and the family. And now it's Dul's turn to Dul's not Australian yet.
Wow.
So we have to call her up.
Yeah.
Are we Australian citizens yet?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? So 2 out of 3 people are not, okay? But anyways, farewell. But I'm leaving hand over to you guys to say goodbye in Māori.
Bye.
E te whānau, mihi atu ki a koutou katoa. Ka nui tōku mihi ki a koutou. I tō mātakitaki mai, e māua i tēnei pō. Mihi atu ki a koutou, mō tū mai nei ki a māua i tēnei wā, i tēnei show ko Pasifika TV and Radio. Aroha nui ki a koutou katoa. Karawhiua i te reo, i tēnei wiki, i te wiki o te reo Māori. Kororotia tō reo, waiatatia tō reo, kārangatia tō reo, aroha nui, pō Māori e, mā te wā.
Pō Māori e, mā te wā.
If your health fund
Pō Māori e, ka kite anō.
Ka kite!
And cut!
Yeah.
From the moment I saw you, I was obsessed with you. Now love taught, I know it's hard for you to feel me. Boy, I'm sorry, but this is the truth. Day by day I'm in love with you. Even when I close my eyes, I see you. No one could ever change my love for you.
My baby, you are my inspiration. I'm sick with my heart's obsession.
See, I don't give a know where you go.
My baby, you are my inspiration. I'm sick with my obsession.
See, I don't give a know where you go.
I've been wondering why I'm looking for before. Like you're a wishing star, so I'm a wish on you. I've been waiting on your love. I'm here wanting you for me. Say me wanting you. Me hope you wanting
inspiration. I'm sick with my heart's obsession. My baby, you are my inspiration. I'm sick with my obsession. My baby, you are my inspiration. I'm sick with my heart's obsession. My baby, you are my inspiration. I'm sick with my heart's obsession. My baby, you are my inspiration. I'm sick with my obsession.